Brownsville is the southernmost tip of the United States.
When you're watching the weather, we're the part that's cut off. And the easiest way I've kind of explained it to people is 1/3 of the country of Mexico is north of us. We've got a lot of people here, moving here, babies being born. There's one hospital in the Rio Grande Valley called Renaissance. Renaissance has 800 babies a month. We are birthing an elementary school every month, okay, in one hospital. I mean, I'm not a rocket science by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't take one to realize that you got all these babies being born, they gotta live someplace.
The elephant in the room is that Brownsville metro area is the poorest metro area in the entire country.
Poverty's climbing in the United States, we're already there. We have a 35% poverty rate, so every third person that you talk to here lives below the federal poverty line.
The cycle of poverty is, hey, you came from a family that didn't have, and you don't have, and you won't get it, and you stay there.
We were started by a guy by the name of Father Armand Matthew, who tells a story that when he first arrived here and he's walking around town, meeting people in the corners of the parish, he rapidly realized that people were more interested in getting their home fixed and finding a decent, safe, affordable place to live than his mass schedule. And from that, we were created. We're taking people from poverty to actually creating wealth and showing them pathways to create wealth in their own lives. Okay. And we are choosing the construction and the selling of a home to help do that, but it can be done. It can be done in a hospital, it can be done in city government, it can be done, it can be done in many, many different ways.
It makes business sense to teach and to reach out to our community because they can become our customer. And so that's, at the end of the day, of course, that's what I would want. And that's what IBC Bank would want, and any other bank that does this.
It's pushing other lenders besides us. We're a local lender. But how do we get other lenders in town to actually see the value of working with, with low-income people? So we've started to think more holistically about how we do what we do and actually use that as a target to build wealth for people.
They have the counseling program, they have self-help programs, they have the mortgage lending program. They have an incredible program right now where they allow the families to actually design their homes so that they don't look like cookie cutter homes.
And then this was a bedroom and this was a bedroom. When somebody steps in the room and you've got a blank piece of paper and say, okay, you have ultimate choice right now, it's a hugely powerful thing for people. As a practice, we don't access 98% of the people that live on this earth. And that's ridiculous. I mean, we need to be able to serve populations that aren't, the wealthiest of the wealthy.
There's two ways of offering some place for them to live. It could be an ugly box that looks like an army barracks, right? Or it can be something that they want, that they are going to be able to just flourish from.
The first house that came in, it was kind of, even my subcontractors, they were kind of saying, what's going on, something different.
Part of this was like, how do we push new design and new technology in that design? How do we get those subcontractors that we work with now to learn how to use that new technology? Because when those kind of things, those kind of trends do arrive here, then these guys, these small builders that work with us, these locally owned, minority owned businesses that work with us, they go, oh, I know how to do that. That kind of siding, we were putting that on a year ago with CDCB. Then they get the big contract because they're the only ones in town who know how to do it.
Once we get the contract, since we employed a lot of people, that means that there's a lot of other families that are benefiting from those programs. Not only the people that are going to live in the house, but the family that belongs to our workers.
You walked onto the construction site of La Hacienda Casitas last year when it was under construction. There were 230 guys on site, pouring concrete, swinging hammers, putting in insulation and air conditioning and all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of jobs.
We are at a Clavo Lumber. We're a lumber yard, basically. We deliver lumber material for new constructions, rebars. We do sheetrock, we do insulation, we do interior door packages, and we do interior door hardware.
I mean, nothing against the big, the orange box or the blue box, but we try to buy our supplies from local vendors. We've been buying from El Clavo, when Tanya's dad owned it.
On our end, they've given us the opportunity to grow, to have more employment. We started as a simple lumber yard with 5 employees. We've grown to over 55 employees now. They've given opportunities for other people that don't have work experience to become part of their self-help program. It gives people that don't have the experience the opportunities and the tools to go out there and succeed in society.
Ahorita es lo que más deseo, tener mi casa. Hoy pues va a ser mi propia casa y voy a poder hacer lo que yo quiera, sembrar plantas, me encantan. Y todo.
I have a 9-year-old who's going to be 10 in January, so owning a home means everything to me. I feel like, once I'm a homeowner, I'll be accomplished.
They've got to understand what owning this house is all about. So it's the maintenance of the house, that's very basic. It's understanding even how to look for a house in this whole process. I mean, I don't know if you own a house, but I probably built and financed 1,000 houses before I bought my first house, and I literally went through our financial and housing education counseling program, and I designed the darn thing.
What we do is we develop a work plan, and we also go over a budget. We're not here to criticize, is for you to either make an impact so that way when you buy a house, you start getting ready for that house payment.
Whatever she tells me to do, I do it. If she tells me save this amount of money, or, go cancel this because you're not using it, or, take out this credit card because you need to build up points, I do it. And she assures me that the time will come when I will be a homeowner, so I believe her.
I know that my approach to doing nonprofit work makes some of my nonprofit, executive directors nervous, because I believe so much in this business model, and I use terms like our different lines of business in our work. I have to sometimes go up the income scale to earn some money so that I can reinvest that back down, but into lower income folks. But we've earned that money to do that.
This mission that we have with the CDCB is very, very important to change our community and our community's behavior. If we want to grow and if we want to take it to a different level, we have to train, to give this knowledge to the individuals so that they can make better decisions.
3 years ago, I never would have crossed my mind to purchase a home or to even look into purchasing a home. But I honestly, I do want to stay here. I was born and raised in Brownsville, and I love that the city's growing. So, I think it has a lot of potential.
Nick and the team at CDCB really are going way above and beyond what a normal development company would be doing. But he gets it, and CDCB gets it, and they recognize the other partners that they need to bring in, and they're really good at doing that.
The partnership that Nick and Gloria has provided for us is just helping us reach a higher level of communication with our community.
We help them, they help us, but it's an overall cycle where they benefit. It's to our benefit to see them succeed. If they don't succeed, we won't succeed.
Para mí es muy importante, me hace que me den más ganas de seguir adelante.